It's the guy Ginóbili from Ginóbili.com. And today we doing a rhyme of the month. It's our first rhyme of the month ever. I could have started it last year, but I started the site so late last year. I was like, I'm gonna wait till this year to really start doing rhyme of the month. So every single month, y'all gonna get a rhyme of the month. Now, if you got a suggestion or somebody you want to see for rhyme of the month, make sure you comment. Make sure you comment below. Make sure you subscribe so you can see it when it come out. And make sure you like so our shit could be up in the algorithm. Now, this month, we chose Lloyd Banks for Element of Surprise. And Element of Surprise was a record from... Let's just read it. Let's read it. Earlier this month, Griselda Records dropped the soundtrack for their first film release, Conflicted. On the third track, Lloyd Banks can be heard completely solo on Element of Surprise. He fully lived up to the name, as one may not suspect a strictly Banks single to land on a Griselda project. Not completely out of line, though, as the PLK has collaborated with GXFR artists for their projects as well as his own. Without further ado, let's lock into the rhyme and see why it's chosen as Ginóbili.com's rhyme of the month for January 2021. Let's go. I want to make a quick edit or note real fast. It was between Banks and Ransom. So I ended up going we ended up going with Banks. So yeah. The Ransom track, damn, I forgot the name of the Ransom track, but you know Ransom be snapping. But we was all in the group chat. Me, the interns, and staff supervisor, we was all debating, so we came up with this. All right, so we start off by saying, start to pay homage discussion. Y'all niggas clone me, cousin. You climbing up the ranks, but I'm big homie punching. I like that. I didn't know I was gonna do a super breakdown, but fuck it, we here now. When he say I'm big homie punching, man, I fuck with the fact that he the OG punchline nigga. So just to be clear, you know what I mean? Like start the discussion, you know what I mean? Pay homage. And y'all niggas clone me, you know what I mean? So retired 3 of my jerseys, Ginóbili Tony Duncan, self-explanatory. Got a low tolerance lately. These hoes he knows is something. Picture me stuck in my era, a frozey pose assumption. Banks is really addressing shit that he's got to hear about himself. He's got to hear when people say these things about him, and then he's just breaking it down like, look, let me tell y'all what's really going on. You know what I mean? So, my 24's a mamba bite. With 8's I'm Kobe Duncan. That was probably my favorite line off the shit. My 24's a mamba bite. With 8's I'm Kobe Duncan. 24 bars is 8-bar verses. It's not the greatest line I ever heard. Just fits so perfectly. And on the technical side, though, Banks is killing this shit. I mean, on the technical side, the way the rhymes is landing and how many syllables he going in at, it's crazy. I helped you all with the strength from my heart. You owe me nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's just big homie talk. That's why this shit was picked. It's just strictly big homie talk on this verse. It's all big homie shit. Like, yo, I know y'all remember me with 50 and all that shit, but look, I've been big homie on the internet for a long time after that. You know what I mean? Like, and even Wildin'. Niggas know what time it was with Banks. Niggas, oh yeah, Banks better than 50. Yeah, that was a thing. So, he was that nigga though. Banks was that nigga, man. He was that nigga at one time. And not only that, he continued that shit, man. All them, you can go through his mixtape catalog. Like, it's just dope hip hop. So, they all the same. Can't tell them apart with Rollies frontin'. Self-explanatory. How you gonna threaten me with relevance? I left already. Separated from entertainment, now my head is steady. Like I said, that's why I chose this verse. He's just literally saying everything we've been asking for the last, I don't know how many years. But we just been asking like, man, where the fuck is Banks? What he been doing? How you feel? Banks don't talk. So the industry can SMD. I keep them letters ready. always been disciplined. The dedication is necessary. Banks, this I don't want to do the super breakdown of that line, but this is describing Banks because he's like, you know, a silent killer. You know what I mean? Like, he always been that way. Even in interviews, the nigga be talking and then the nigga still ain't talking. Like, the nigga be talking and not talking. Like, the nigga say some shit and you be like, man, what the fuck this nigga just say? He not like a talker. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, a nigga just be like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's Banks, you know? It's like nothing. Nigga talk like a basketball player. You gas your favorite debate me, I make a casket out of them. Don't compare me to niggas without a classic album. Now, this is interesting. This is really interesting because one thing niggas knock Banks for is not having a classic album. So I would like to talk to Banks and hear him tell me his classic album, right? Because people didn't like the first one. I mean, not didn't like it. The first one got slept on. And the second one, listen, he has so much shit even since then. Like, my favorite album from Banks is the shit that came out with a Beamer Benz and Bentley on it. Like, as a whole project, that shit was stupid. But it's just interesting. I would be interested in hearing Banks say what his classic is, according to him. It don't matter how long I'm missing. They'll ask about him. Fuck all that new drip, jewelry under my jacket drowning. You know what I mean? Like, you know how it go. Niggas got these little teeny chains and, you know what I mean? Banks like, look, I still got my chunky shit. And it don't matter how long I'm missing. They'll ask about them. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yo, niggas still be like, yo, Banks' potential was off the charts. Or niggas still be like, yo, Banks is still here. Or niggas still be like, where's Lloyd Banks? Like Kanye did randomly. Where's Lloyd Banks? He top 5. In fact, Kanye said he's at least top 5. And that was big. And then they did the Started Up record. That was the shit that Beamer Benz and Bentley was on or whatever. I don't know why I'm not remembering the name of that album right now, but it'll come to me. Yeah, so Banks, man, like I said, the most quotable lines, man, the Kobe shit, the relevance shit, the fucking classic album shit, yeah. So Banks was chosen not only for the verse's technical skill, but the approach, sick lines, and low-key answering questions that we had about his current status. This is top-level, post-G-Unit prime Lloyd Banks. That's it, man. That's it and that's all. We doing one of these every month. So that was for January, but we doing it of course, we got to let the whole month go by. So we doing it the first of every month. So for this month, you know what I mean? Just, yo, even if you want to go back, right? This is what you can do. Send me links in the comments and like during the month, like just keep going back to this post, send me links. And then one of these shits is going to get chosen. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not just me. We got a staff. It's me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I head the operation. We got staff supervisor. We got interns. We got people, you know, that's like fans that come together for this shit. Like, you might see 10, 12 views on YouTube, but if I show you my YouTube analytics, you know, we becoming one of the top hip-hop sites and really, really fast. You know what I mean? So I just created a YouTube just to have a social outlet too, you know? So we got the Instagram, ginóbili.com Instagram. We got the YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. We non-stop hip-hop, you know what I mean? It's a spiritual side to my shit too. And we're going to start posting that type of content too, you know what I mean? But right now, you know, it's the hip-hop shit, you know what I mean? So just stay in tune. Stay tuned and tell me if you like it, don't like it. You know what I mean? You could have just hated it. Tell me, you know what I mean? Talk to me. I talk. Matter of fact, I'm going to start shouting out the people who actually talk to me because my man, I forgot his name, but me and him been going back and forth for days. And I you know, I only talk to people who knowledgeable. You might, if you're not a nigga who I look at and be like, oh, that nigga know what he talking about a little bit, I don't know, you might not get a comment back. You know what I mean? Somebody else might got a comment to you because I ain't talking to no niggas that came in this shit in 2010. That just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta at least go back and do your history, and even then, you gotta let me fill in with the content about, you know, the context to the content, like, cause you wasn't there. So just, you know your place when you talking to real rap niggas. So hip hop niggas. But yeah, we out, man. I'm out of here. Ginóbili.com.